Hi guys, this is EJ Scott. Welcome to Scratch the Surface. Today, I want to say it's been a while since I've put out a podcast, and I apologize. I've been traveling a bunch, and I haven't had the proper equipment near me. I've been living in New York for a couple months, and now I'm in LA right now, and so I just wanted to post. I have a few podcasts in the chamber, and I'm gonna set them up to go over the next week or two. So subscribe and keep an eye out. I have some good ones coming up. My friend Molly Hockey, who's an improviser and who does comedy, she's got some stuff out on Funny or Die. And we had a really great talk. The great Dave Pasquazi, who's an actor you may know from Veep, the show Veep. He's also a fantastic improviser. He's half of TJ and Dave. I also have Rick Andrews. I was taking a class in New York at the Magnet Theater, and I asked Rick to be my guest, and I wanted to talk to him about his background and his improv experience. So if you're an improviser, which I am, you should subscribe and check it out. I think you'll get a lot out of it, I think. But for now, this podcast is about my final run, my final marathon this year. In 2016, I did 7 of them, and one on every continent. And this last one was on North America. I ended it on North America in Toronto, Canada. I'd never been there before. Why did I pick Toronto? Well, I wanted to go to Toronto because I'm a comedy guy. I like sketch and improv and stuff like that. And SCTV, back when I was a kid, I used to watch a lot. And Saturday Night Live, I still watch every week. And so I wanted to go and check out the Second City in Toronto, because I've seen, I went through the classes and I've seen tons of shows in Chicago, and took classes and seen a bunch in LA. So I wanted to see what was going on in Toronto. And I also heard that the race was pretty flat, so that sounded good to me. So I ran the half marathon there. For those that are keeping track of me and my runs, may already know, but I set out a goal this year because I'm losing my eyesight. I have an eye disease called Choroideremia. It's a degenerative hereditary eye disease that runs my family. I had a grandfather that was blind, and my mother is a carrier, and my brother has it, and my 2 nephews have it, and my sister's a carrier as well. Anyway, so I'm always trying to raise money and awareness for the cause, and I decided this year I'd run. In 2012, I ran 12 marathons in 12 months, full marathons around the United States. That worked out pretty well. And I raised a ton of money, raised a lot of awareness. So I thought I could probably do something similar this year. Not only would I raise money for charity and raise awareness, but also see the world before potentially I can anymore. So go to a lot of places I've never been and stuff like that, which I did. And it started out on a bad note. In January, my first race was in Antarctica, and I got sick, real sick, and couldn't train for a while. And then when I was starting to feel better, it was time to run, basically. And I was not prepared for the conditions in Antarctica, on top of not being prepared to run because of the lack of training. So I ended up doing half a marathon on Antarctica, and I think I injured myself because of it. Excuse me. So, sorry, I'm getting over a cold now. I've been sick a lot this year. So it had a ripple effect. Antarctica, that run had a real ripple effect on the rest of my year. So I set out to do 7 fulls. After Antarctica, I thought, okay, I'll do 6 fulls in one half. I was able to do a full in Tokyo and then in London. And then I was going to do a full in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And I got sick again, real sick. I couldn't even run. And that affected the rest of my year. So I've done 5 halves and 2 fulls this year. Not quite my goal, but it will have to do. I did not reach my financial goal. I was hoping to raise a lot more money for all these different charities I was raising for, and I'm going to leave my CrowdRise page up so that people can still donate anytime should they get a chance to. And it's at crowdrise.com/7on7, the number 7 on the number 7. And there you'll see a bunch of charities that I picked, and you could donate to any of them, including the Choroideremia Research Foundation, Foundation for Fighting Blindness, Autism Society, RettSyndrome.org. You could help Crohn's and colitis, Fuck Cancer, Michael J. Fox Foundation, Hilarity for Charity, for Alzheimer's. There's a bunch of great ones there. So something for everybody, really. So give what you can if you can. Yeah. So check that out. And before we get started, let me just tell you that you can find me on the Twitter at EJ Scott and the podcast at EJ Podcast. I'm on Instagram, ejscott.com, ejscott1106. My website is ejscott.com. And I have a documentary on iTunes, on Amazon, and on Google Play for just like $2 or $3. It's a 30-minute documentary about my 12 runs in 2012 called Running Blind. Please go pick that up. It's really good. And I'm not saying that just because I'm in it, but you'll get a sense of what I've gone through in 2012 and a little bit of what you'll get a sense of like, oh, that's kind of what he goes through this year. So I have a bunch of footage from this year that I'd like to turn into something. I don't know how or when that'll happen, but maybe eventually. So this race, Toronto, was really interesting because my guide for it, Natalia, I met her in Antarctica in January. And, well, I guess technically I met her in Chile because we had to stay in Punta Arenas, Chile for a week and wait there until there was an opening to go to Antarctica. So, but that was her first marathon, was in Antarctica, and she did great. And when I talked to her about what I was doing, and she said she lives in Toronto, and I said, oh, I'm going to run in Toronto, and she volunteered to run with me. I was like, yeah, that'd be great. I have to always find guides to run with because I'm legally blind now, and I usually run blindfolded because the sunlight hurts my eyes and is really bad for my eyes. So we stayed in touch, and I was able to find another guide, a guy I did not know, but we were in contact about a week or 5 days before the race, and he was going to run with me. And about 30-40 minutes before we were supposed to meet the day of the race, he emails me and says that he's sick, which was a blow for me, because it's better for me to have at least 2 guides, because especially in big races, so that somebody can, one, focus on me, and the other person can focus on everyone else, kind of, and run ahead and ask people to move out of the way or watch out, or get us waters or something. It's just better, and it's more productive, really. So that didn't work out, but Nat was great, and luckily the weather was so overcast I could run without a blindfold and just run with these new sunglasses I bought, and but I had a blindfold with me just in case, and that worked out pretty well, actually. And I was nervous. I thought it was going to rain the whole time. It just rained a little bit in the beginning, but it rained pretty hard. But it was over pretty quick enough, maybe a few kilometers, so a mile or 2, and it was over. So that was good. But so this first interview here is of Natalia and of this guy Ricardo. Ricardo was taking video footage, which was very nice of him, a friend of Natalia's. And so I talked to her, and then I talked to him, and then I'll be back to introduce the next clip. Enjoy.
Okay. Yeah, you got
Oh, of course. Now he's going. Hello, what's your name?
Natalia.
Natalia, how do I know you?
We met in Antarctica on our very first run, and actually your first run of your grand adventure this year.
Yep.
And here we are, and now I get to see you out on your last run.
Well, you were kind enough during that trip in Antarctica in January. You volunteered. You knew I was going to run Toronto as my last race, and you volunteered to help.
I saw it quite fitting that I would be here, and most likely doing it myself. So what better way to do it than greeting you, sort of at the end of your adventure.
Well, I can't thank you enough for it, and especially because we were supposed to run with another runner, Tom, but he wrote me this morning and said that he's sick and he can't run with me, so it's just the 2 of us.
That's it. Boo to Tom.
I don't even know Tom.
I don't boo people, but boo to Tom.
I appreciate that he wanted to help, but this is last minute. He said he's been sick all week, and I'm just learning about this half hour ago. But all right, so it's going to be you and me. What are you nervous about or excited about guiding a blind runner?
You know what? No nerves. I'm surprisingly relaxed and calm, and I think it's going to go great. And I'm not anticipating too many issues. It's just I yell loud and I clear people out of the way. Don't worry.
All right, that's what I need.
I'm here.
And this is what race for you?
This would now be my 3rd half, and I guess my 5th overall, including the 2 marathons when we were down south together. The one that you didn't complete, obviously, but my 5th would be.
All right.
In terms of halves and full marathons, beyond that, a couple of smaller races here and there, but big race.
Can you describe the course? You seem to know the course layout. Can you describe it?
So for the half, we're going to be starting on University Avenue. We're going northbound, where it's sort of a slow, gradual incline, but you tend to not really feel that. I find with the adrenaline and the hype happening all around, it's the last thing you think about. Then we're going to go westbound along Bathurst. I don't know if it helps that I'm giving you sort of streets, but anyways, we're going to be going westbound. It's flat. Then we go downhill all the way to our waterfront. Essentially, we're going to be running on our highway along the waterfront. That, once you get down there, is flat. We have a turnaround point, sort of whatever, down the road, and we come back where it's still flat. Apparently, this is one of the better races to actually qualify for Boston Marathon, and then the killer, I don't want to say killer, but the cherry on top and the insult to injury is about the last 200 meters. So you're going to be, just before that, they send you up a highway ramp. So it's a little bit, the I want to say the angle is a little deceiving as you're going up there and it's painful, but then you come back down and then they send you that last 200 meters where you do feel it, but it's, you run with City Hall in view, and it's those last 200 meters where you're wondering why you did this in the first place, but you get there and it's all good. And
we'll see how I do. We'll see how I do.
No doubt.
I'm nervous about the rain. Have you run in rain before? I've never run really in rain.
Oh, good point. I have not.
Okay.
I'm not particularly too concerned about it. The only thing we're going to have to watch out for are slippery streetcar tracks, which I do a lot of bike riding at work, and I've taken a few slips and falls on the streetcar track, so we got to be careful with that. But otherwise,
what's your job?
I'm a police officer in Toronto.
Whoa! So I'm well guarded.
Got a police guide right here.
Maybe you should have a siren. What if you had a siren on you?
I can do I might do that just for the effect. So.
And who'd you bring today?
So we have our friend Ricardo here.
Hi, Ricardo.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Good, very good.
What do you have there?
I have my camera here. We're going to do a little bit of a video, get your start, get your end, and we're just going to chat about today.
And are you a cop as well?
No, I'm a civilian working with Toronto Police. I work with the youth program.
That's nice. Do you have like another job too?
No, that's my full-time job.
Okay, they pay you.
They do.
Good. I'm glad to hear.
Ambitions to become a police officer in the very near future.
Okay, I got you. Very good. And you brought your husband as well?
Yes, who is currently MIA and taking care of business.
But he's going to run his first full, and but he's going to run with us for a couple of kilometers and help us out.
Yep, he's going to help clear some of the people out at the beginning when we can expect it to be a bit more congested, and from there on, it's you and me. We got this.
All right, very good. Well, we got about 45 minutes till the start. It's 8 a.m. now, and all right. Well, so we'll do another interview after. Okay.
Catch you before the race.
All right. Thank you. And there you go. Now my next clip is of Natalia's husband. His name's Eric, and he was running his first full marathon, and he was going to leave with us. He didn't want to hang out with us, so he said he could hang out for, I think he said 5 kilometers. I think he said that originally, but he ended up disappearing after like 2 kilometers. But he was running pretty fast, and I think he did real well in the marathon. But it ended up working out okay. Thankfully, Natalia was great, and we just basically took our time and didn't worry too much about time. So here's a little interview with Eric. Hello, sir. What's your name?
Yeah, Eric Epperson.
Eric, what are you doing here today?
Just here to support you in your run, and also to do the full marathon here in Toronto.
And you're Nat's husband?
Yes, that's correct.
Is this your first full?
Yeah, this is my first full marathon. We've done the half marathon 2 years in a row, so I'm going all out and trying the full today.
How you feeling?
Feeling good, a little bit nervous, but looking forward to it.
Did you get your 20-mile, or I don't know how many kilometers that is, but did you get your long run in a couple weeks ago?
I did. I got my long run in, so I'm as prepared as I can be for it.
What are you expecting in this race?
I'd like to try to get it finished in under 5 hours. So if I can do it in that time, I'd be happy.
Pretty good. That's pretty good. I've done 2 marathons in under 5, but usually it takes me about 5.5. That's my average. And you're doing it without a blindfold.
That's correct, I am.
Smart. That's smart. Good for you. Well, good luck in the race, and thank you for your help.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, good luck. All right, now this next clip is after the race. I think it's back at my hotel in the lobby. And me and Nat talk about the race and stuff like that. And Nat, I think right before the race, she had some bad news about her grandmother who fell and hurt her hip. And so that preoccupied her for the duration of the marathon. She had to text and call her mom a bunch of times during. But I'm grateful she stuck with me, and I hope everything turned out okay with her grandmother. I haven't heard. But anyway, so this is my post-race interview with Natalia. Okay, test. Okay. Excuse me. Hi, Nat.
Hi.
We finished 21 kilometers.
We did. Congratulations.
Congratulations to
done.
you too. Thank you so much for your help. Couldn't have done it without you because one of my guys could not make it. So it was just you and me out there. Your husband even
did well.
Left pretty quickly too. He was good for like 1 or 2 kilometers.
He was good for about 2. And then,
and then he was like, "See you."
Told you could count on me. You got me.
So it rained for the first couple of kilometers, but then it
Quite
stopped.
Heavily.
Pretty heavily,
yeah,
right?
I think that was the first 5 maybe or so.
I'd say less than that because we went to that rest stop in the coffee place.
Did it kind of stop after that? Okay, that was at like the 2K mark. Yeah. Okay, so we dodged a good rain for that.
Which was nice.
Fortunate.
Because if it was still raining like that for the whole thing, that would have been rough.
We'd still be running,
That would have been
I'm
rough.
guessing.
So how'd you find guiding?
It's fun. It's interesting. It's a different experience because you're really looking out for different things. You're not what you would typically, you get into your headspace and you start running and you go. Whereas this is a very different focus. You're watching the ground, you're watching people around you. You can't avoid half of the people because they have earbuds in and they don't listen to you. So even yelling doesn't do much. But really, I'm honored. Thank you.
Thank you.
I really appreciate that.
You glad you did it?
I wouldn't have done it any other way.
It's been 10 months in the making.
Right?
Since Antarctica.
So I'm glad you let me be that person for you. It was really neat.
Thank you very much.
It was a really cool experience.
I don't know if you want to talk about this, but you had some bad news right at the beginning of the race.
Oh, yeah. My grandmother took a spill and looks like she probably broke her hip. So I'm off to the hospital pretty much right after this. Yeah.
And that was something that you had on your mind probably through the race.
Yeah.
Because you were texting and calling your mom and stuff like that.
Unexpected and, trying to work through it. Not much I can do from over here. It's take her to the hospital and we'll see you when I get there, unfortunately. But hoping for the best. Nana's going to be a tough cookie. She is a tough cookie, so we'll get her through it.
Well, I hope everything's okay with her.
Thank you.
And thank you again so much.
My pleasure. Congratulations again. How do you feel? How about you?
I'm sore. I'm swollen. I'm stiffening up.
Last one. You have
but I'm relieved that
realized a dream. You set out at the beginning of this year with something on your mind.
Yep.
And you realized it today.
I achieved most of it. Because I wanted to do fulls, but that didn't happen. But stuff happens. You
know what? That's it, right? You adapt. And I wish all of your listeners could have been there with you like I was in those last 500 meters, because this guy took off like an antelope. I was counting down the meters for him. It was, 5, 4, and this guy was just sprinting right to the end.
Wait to get it over with.
I'm pretty sure he he straight armed a couple of people out of the way, and
that's right.
That's it. Beat him over the head with the camera.
Move it.
Amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
Strong finish.
Yeah, pretty good. Like 2:43 or something.
Yeah, I think we were 2:43 more.
Something like that.
I forgot to turn off the watch right at the end.
Not too bad. But all right, well, thank you so much. And if I ever choose to run a full in Toronto, I will let you know.
I'm here for you.
All right, thanks, Nat. Well, there you go, folks. That was my Toronto half marathon race, my 7 of 7 races this year, my 7th continent. It's been a hell of a year. I know a lot of people this year. I'm recording these intros on December 22nd, 2016, and it's been a rough year for a lot of reasons, for a lot of people. I know a lot of people on Twitter and Facebook and on TV are saying, what the fuck is with 2016? What a shitty year. And for me, it has a lot of ups and downs personally and otherwise. I'm grateful I got to see the world and do things I wasn't sure I'd ever get to do, and I didn't quite make my goals of the full races, and I didn't make my goal of the money I wanted to raise or gain the awareness I was hoping to gain. And then I come out of it with now bad knees, and it's 2 months after my last run, and my foot still hurts from plantar fasciitis, and so I'm in recovery mode. I don't know when or if I'll ever run a marathon or a half marathon again. I do think about it, so maybe I will if I can, if I feel good enough to. So in that sense, it's been an up and down year, but I look back on it now, and it's crazy to me that less than a year ago I was in Antarctica, and and having some of the hardest moments of my life on that island because it was so grueling physically and mentally, but it was also so beautiful and really breathtaking of just like walking around and just being like, holy shit, I can't believe I'm here. I'm in Antarctica. That's fucking crazy. So I got to do a bunch of cool stuff. I got to go to Tokyo. I got to go to China, see the Great Wall of China. I got to go ziplining in South Africa and see all these great animals right in front of me in their natural habitat. I got to go to London and run a full marathon there. I went to South America 3 times because the first time was to stay in Punta Arenas for Antarctica. The second time was Rio de Janeiro, and I got sick. And then the third time was Ecuador to do my run. I got to go to Iguazu Falls in South America, which was one of the most stunning places I've ever been to and seen. And I got to go under the waterfalls in a boat there. It was really cool. I got to go to New Zealand and go to Wellington and Auckland, and I got to go to Hobbiton and check out where they filmed some of the Hobbit movies and Lord of the Rings movies, which was awesome. I got to go to Weta Cave, where they do the special effects for those movies. And then Sydney, Australia. I got to go to the Opera House 2 or 3 times and run a half marathon there. I met a lot of great people. All my guides were spectacular, and I'm so grateful to them for their help and for their time and running with me and helping me and really protecting me while I'm running. And I'm thankful for everybody that did donate to the charities or donated to help fund my flights and my hotels and stuff. I'm just I thank you guys for listening. For whoever is listening, I have no idea who's listening, if anybody's going to listen, but I'm grateful and I appreciate it. And I guess that's it. It's been a heck of a year. Looks like Donald Trump is going to be president, and that's something. Yeah. I did not vote for the guy, so it's a little scary seeing what the next 4 years are going to be like, maybe 8 years. But right now, I'm trying to think positively. Sometimes it's not that easy, but I'm working on it, and we'll see what happens this next year with myself and what I do, and we'll see. So I hope everybody has a great year, and hope if the new year finds you happy and healthy, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.